From the Pep Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. A blackout hit nearly all of Puerto Rico early on Tuesday as the U.S. territory prepared to celebrate New Year's Eve, leaving more than 1.3 million clients in the dark. Officials said it could take up to 2 days to restore power. The outage hit at dawn, plunging the island into an eerie silence as electrical appliances and air conditioners shut down before those who could afford generators were able to turn them on. Nearly 90% of 1.47 million clients across Puerto Rico were left in the dark, according to Luma Energy, a private company that oversees electricity transmission and distribution. Luma said the power outage was likely caused by a failure of an underground power line. It said it's restoring power in the quickest and safest way possible. Hugo Sorrentini, a Luma spokesman, said that the incident was under investigation. The blackout fanned simmering anger against Luma and Genera PR, which oversees the generation of power in Puerto Rico, as a growing number of people call for their ouster. Governor-elect Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, who is set to be sworn in on January 2nd, has called for the creation of an energy czar to review potential Luma contractual breaches while another operator is found. "We can't keep relying on an energy system that fails our people," she wrote on the social media platform X, adding that stabilizing Puerto Rico's energy grid would be her top priority while in office. Meanwhile, Governor Pedro Pierluisi said he was in touch with Luma and Genera PR, adding on X that "we are demanding answers and solutions." President Joe Biden spoke with Pierluisi on Tuesday evening about the outage and offered federal assistance. Biden also spoke with U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm and directed her to offer any help needed to speed power restoration on the island. The outage forced businesses, parks, and several malls to close, and the government announced limited schedules for some of its agencies. Workers checked on hundreds of bedridden patients and distributed ice for diabetics to keep their insulin cold. And now these thoughts. With the approaching inauguration of Trump looming ahead, many queer people, and yes, they do capitalize the word queer in this story to represent resistance to being labeled, categorized, or contained, understandably are fearing what's to come. It's important to remember that although the Trump administration is more overt about its cishet white supremacy, we've been navigating cishet white supremacy all along. Those rainbow-lit White Houses and corporate pride banners, they've never been about our safety or our acceptance. They're about our assimilation. The state has never been our protector, no matter who sits in office. As we strategize how we are going to survive, remember that that's what we've been doing all along, surviving. Let's be clear, not all queer people face the same threats. It's not uncommon for people who share an oppressed identity to assume that they understand the experience of other queers, or that they share the same fears, worries, and anger. Interlocking oppressions make someone's experience extremely difficult and different. BIPOC, especially Black and Indigenous queers, have faced and will continue to face greater threats than queer folks who have the protective privilege of whiteness. Similarly, undoc queers, disabled queers, trans folks all face threats that are different and often more severe than those who don't hold those identities, especially those who are not white. A quick note on language. If you happen to be seeing this in print through our website, paequality.com, please note, we use, or I should say they use, the term folks, F-O-L-X, with intention, not as a trendy spelling, but as an explicit marker of inclusion that acknowledges all gender expressions, abilities, races, and interlocking identities within the community. Our language, like our resistance, is deliberate. It's important to know and own where you have protective privileges. Part of community building is understanding that, and depending on what interlocking oppression someone holds, that they will be impacted in more serious ways. We must use the protective privileges that we have to support the queers that are surviving at the edge of society. Just in time for the holidays, Google launched an online ad campaign this month featuring non-binary influencer and beauty creator Cyrus Veyssi to promote the tech giant's new nearby shopping feature. The right-wing outrage machine gobbled up the advert like a Christmas fruitcake. In the 22nd spot, Veyssi is seen in a nondescript but tastefully decorated apartment bemoaning winter dryness. This winter dryness is not it, especially when I have so many holiday looks to pull off. Thankfully, I know just the thing, they say sprightly. Veyssi then raises their rarely seen IRL Google Pixel phone to shop for some skincare products, and voila, they locate a store nearby carrying their favorite creamy skincare solution. And it's in stock nearby, Veyssi adds, making the point. Hydrated skin is a gift to everyone, the beauty expert advises as they swan through a nondescript store. No wrapping needed. Happy holidays to me. Now enter Ali London as a formerly Korean Grinch who stole Christmas to steal Veyssi's holiday cheer and gin up his right-wing followers like a holiday fizz. Google launches woke Christmas campaign featuring man wearing women's clothing complaining about his skin, London wrote on X, along with the clip, but absent any other comment that was left to London's 500,000 followers. For the record, there is really nothing more disgusting and grotesque than right-wing fruitcake. All too often, it's bitter, disappointing, and about as useful as this country will be under 4 more years of the Pumpkin Führer's leadership. Well, that's the news at this hour. Now back to more music on Pep Radio.